There we go. Okay, we're live. Hey everyone, this is Clutcherfees, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Let's go ahead and get into the game straight away. I will now be perfectly silent as we wait for the stream to start. Or for the game to start, rather. Alright. So, if you remember last stream, we have something to do in this stream to start. We're gonna have to go to Duna straight away. Because, we kind of have some Kerbal stranded there. Also, you may have noticed in the thumbnail, I'm going to show you here explicitly. This was also shared on Tumblr. Give the game a second to load. We are going all the way to Juna, so this might take a little while. But yeah, we landed on Juna. We do not have enough Delta V to get home. We should have enough Delta V to get into orbit. So we're gonna have to actually come pick our Kerbals up from Juna, basically. You can hear them already. So basically, while waiting, which Kerbal is it? You. Well, after streaming last week, I did go ahead and set up all of our EVA equipment just because it takes a while to set up, so I figured I'd get it all ready so that we have it, and this isn't something we need to worry about. So just to show you quickly, we've got 5 solar panels, we've got the communication station, we have the command unit here, we also have a mystery goo experiment, weather station, and a seismometer. So yeah, I think this also, I'm pretty sure this can pick up when a Kerbal lands near it, but I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we've got all of this set up, and basically we need to go ahead and build a rocket that can get them home, because that in the background does not have the Delta V for it. So let's go ahead and return to the Space Center. We'll leave these guys on Duna to do their thing. And let's go ahead and build a rocket that is capable of, maybe not, like I said, we have the Delta V to get into orbit of Duna. So we might actually just, we'll build like a refueling thing basically, so we can go dock with it and bring them home. We haven't done a contract in a little while because I wanted to go to Juna last stream, and now we need to go bring our Kerbals home from Juna, so we've got some things we need to do. Send a Mark 1 command pod, I guess. I don't think we need anything bigger than this. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Cool. So we will go ahead and put a heat shield on this. We need, I think 1.25 meters. Yeah. And then we don't need too much ablator. We'll bring it, actually 200 units is probably okay. Black, unpainted, we'll keep it 10. Alright. And coupling to separate, not that one, this one. There we go. And now we need fuel below this as well, so we'll go with the tank like this, I think. Also, we need to put coupling. We need to put a docking port on top of this. And we also need to put a docking port in the inventory. This does have an inventory, yes? Yes, it does. And do these fit in the inventory? No. Ah. Okay, problem. Do we need to use a bigger... Alright, we can use... you can use a bigger capsule then. If we instead use a Gemini capsule... Yeah. Go with thermal, we'll go ahead and grab the 1.875 meter heat shield. I don't know how much ablator we're going to need coming back from Duna. I'm just going to drain it to like 300. That should be fine. And we'll grab the TD18, like so. Then actually we should probably make sure that if we go to the inventory, 100 liters, it still doesn't fit. Okay. Cool, so in order to bring... Well, actually, I guess what we could do is if we go ahead and just stick with the mercury capsule idea. I am aware this is taking longer than we want, but if we stick with the mercury capsule idea, put a docking port on top, go ahead and grab the heat shield, 1.25 meters, like so. Decoupler, and then we actually do just do this and this. If we put a terrier on the bottom of this, how much delta V does it actually have? Where is the terrier? Here. Delta V in a vacuum. 5.2 kilometers per second. So that's probably enough. We're going to go ahead and make this compact. How do we do that? Oh, here. There we go. And that way we can put some monopropellant tanks around it. Those the small ones? These ones bigger? Yeah. Can we... Alright, go with 6. Because we can fit 6. There we go. And then if we disable the shroud here, we can put a 1.8 meter, 1.8 meter decoupler below it. And we'll go ahead and strut this to the upper stage like so. Okay, why isn't this working? There we go. Like so, and that still only gives us 4. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, if we just strut it straight up, that also works. Except it doesn't. Why? Okay, why isn't that working? Okay, we'll go with that. And then we can... And then... we can add further struts, like so. Just to make it look kind of interesting. Except that that doesn't work. That... Actually, if I throw this away and then hit Control Z... There we go. That is good enough. We'll take that. So that brings us down to 4,821 meters per second. I think that's still enough, to be honest. Oh, also, if we go to Duna... Yeah, okay, it doesn't change anything. I didn't think it would, but it was worth a look. Anyway, back to Kerbin, and also to sea level, so that we get a better estimate. Just to be on the safe side, I might add one more fuel tank. We don't need anything too big, maybe just one of these. Yeah. Okay, and that puts us at 5,077. That's good. Okay, so now we need a rocket beneath... Actually, wait. First off, before anything else, we actually need... Do we have a payload bay that matches the size? We actually do. Where do we put it? Actually, you know what? No, we'll just use a cargo thingy, because we don't actually need anything more than a cargo blister. What's the size of this? Oh, same as the Marquee Casual. Okay. Good to know. We'll go with one of these. We don't actually need a ladder on this because this isn't a lander. So we'll go with one of those. We will grab a... Where is it? Coupling. Docking port. Inventory. Oh, these also can't hold it. Okay. And I guess what I could do is I could just put the docking port on it. That should be fine. Also, oh, hang on. I have completely forgotten that we actually need an engineer. This doesn't work. This isn't going to work. We need an engineer. So what that means is we do actually go with the Mark II command pod, or the Gemini capsule. We grab... And now we need to basically rebuild the whole rocket again. Oops. Oh. There we go. Heat shield, because from Duna I'm pretty sure we will need one. But we'll drain it to like 350, that's fine. Coupling TD18. Like so. And then if we do something like this, if we just put a bigger one on this. What is our delta V measured? 4.3 kilometers per second. Ideally, I'd like to have a bit more than that. What if we did actually just go with another one of these? .8 kilometers per second. .5 kilometers per second. Alright, so we'll go with this. This, however, is rather heavy. But that's fine. We've got monopropellant in these at the bottom. We've got monopropellant in this. How much monopropellant? Oh, we don't have monopropellant in this. Okay, that's fine. Also, let's go ahead and turn off that, because that was a tip I got last stream. Thank you for that tip. And we'll go ahead and go center of mass. Actually, we should probably go a little bit higher. Think that'll be enough. Will those be better? Let's use these. Okay, and now we need to build the rocket that actually sends it to Duna. So, let's go with a big rocket. Oops. Actually, let's give it a proper second stage. So let's go ahead and go. If we use one of these and one of these, does that give us something slightly smaller than this? Yeah. And for the second stage, we'll use, I think, a skipper engine. Is the skipper more powerful than? Yeah, the skipper's way more powerful than the skiff. Cool. Okay, thrust to weight ratio is 0.91. That's at sea level, so in a vacuum it should be a lot higher. Well, 1.04, but that's fine. We don't need it to be too high. Keep measuring from sea level because that's the smart thing to do. Grab the TD25. Yep. And then we need to build the core stage of the rocket, so we will go with one of these. Alright, and then we'll put a mainsail second stage on this. Or a mainsail first stage. We don't need a mainsail second stage. We definitely don't need that. Thrust ratio 0.88, so we are going to need boosters as well. So let's go with... we use radial decouplers. I don't think we're going to need 6. 4 should be fine. And then we'll go with... actually... start with 2. Then we'll put another 2 on. Because that way we can kind of... sort of asparagus stage the boosters. What is the burn time here? 162 seconds. Okay. So let's go with... Pollux liquid fuel boosters? Are those the biggest ones we have? Are they bigger than the kickbacks? Oh, goodness, yes. Alright. They're definitely bigger than thumpers, right? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what is the burn time on these? 74 seconds. Decrease this to like... no, not the fuel actually. Decrease the thrust to 76. Actually, do we want those ones to go first? Yeah, I think we want those ones to go first. So let's decrease the thrust on these ones. 75? Should be alright. So now these ones burn for 98 seconds. And the thing is, we'll leave it for now. So let's go ahead and move the boosters down. Those in line with each other? Think so. Alright, and then we need some fuel tanks on top of these so that they can kind of asparagus stage into each other. Oh, those are way too small. Let's go with I think these, oh no, those are also too small. This? Yeah. We'll go with pure white on these ones. And we'll keep the black and white for these. What does gray and orange look like? Yeah, we'll keep the black and white for these. Although actually, I think we're gonna need more even. So let's go. Oops, not that. Let's go with that and this, but these will stay white. Just makes the rocket look a bit more interesting, and we will put aerodynamics. We'll put an aerodynamic nose cone on these. Yeah. That makes the rocket look pretty interesting, right? Okay, so now we need fuel. Actually, we need struts as well. So let's start with struts. Good. Oh, I dropped a strut somewhere, didn't I? Alright, well, I'm not finding that. Alright. Struts are on. Now we need fuel lines, which are in fuel tanks. What color fuel line should we go with? We can go with blue. I think blue is going to look interesting. So these are going to feed into these. And then these boosters will feed into the main tank. Okay, hold on. I want this to be here. We can feed it through the decoupler. Like that. Except that doesn't work for some reason. Can it not feed through the decoupler? Alright, well, that's alright. We'll just work around that. We can do it like that. Make sure all the fuel lines are in place. They are. And we're going to need to check our staging as well. Okay, well these ones are going to need to separate first. Okay. Let's just verify that. Yep. 100% throttle, and these ones are 75% throttle. We want all of the engines to be firing at the same time. And what is our thrust weight ratio? 1.31. Alright, good. Oh, also, before we forget, let's make sure we put parachutes on this, because we are going to need our Kerbals to come home. Parachutes are in utility. Just put 2 parachutes on like this. Perfect. Alright. So that is pretty much the rocket done. This is what we're sending to Duna, hopefully. So we're hoping that all of this can get to space and... We'll see what happens. Hopefully this has the Delta V for it. I'm gonna have the main engine fire first. Oop. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some launch clamps on this. Go with 4 on the core stage. And then a pair on each booster. Oh, they're doing that again. Alright. Oop. Alright, you know what? No, we're just gonna go 1 on each booster. Why? I need to get a new mouse. My mouse does not like me. Okay. There we go. And then we need each of these to release when the boosters fire. Okay. Those boosters separate first. Good. Then these boosters. Good. Alright. That stage fires. Okay, I think we're set. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we are also going to want to put some... Hang on. We want to be absolutely certain that this is actually going to clear the rocket when it goes, so we are going to put Sepatrons on this... on... Why? Why did it do that? Okay, I need to... There we go. Take... There we go. Alright, and we are also going to want these at the base of the rocket, and we are going to need to actually make sure that these fire appropriately when... Okay. Sepatrons are in, so now we need to actually make sure that these are all just Sepatrons. Yes, they are. Why do I only have one there? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. One of you worked. Why are you now going like that? Alright, fine. I don't understand why symmetry just breaks sometimes, but it's fine. We work with it. Okay. Is there anything else we need to do? Oh, I'll tell you what. Because we didn't bring any, I would like to go ahead and pack some EVA science equipment. Just because we didn't bring it on the first one. So now we need to make sure that, yeah, we're not bringing 2 engineers. We need a pilot. Gresby, you'll do. She does have prograde retrograde hold. That's the main thing I'm looking for. Although we're not landing, so it actually doesn't really matter. Engineer, either of you is fine. Anything else? Yes, we need the additional docking port. Let's not forget about that. This is for our engineer to actually put onto the other spaceship. This is why we needed an engineer. She's going to go outside and she's going to put it on the other spaceship so that we can dock, because we don't actually have a docking port on the other spaceship. Anyway, I'm trying to think, is this everything? Again, we're not landing, so it's not, we don't need to land. I think we have everything. Fuel lines are going properly. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think we have everything. We need a name. USC Duna Rescue Rescue, I can't spell, ship. I don't know. I'm not very creative, am I? That's fine. Let's do we need anything else? I guess we could take like a communications array because we're gonna recover the science on the other spaceship when we come back, but we could go ahead and transmit. Like if we decide to take science while we're in transit, we could go ahead and transmit it back to the KSC. Um, which of the communications arrays can actually from Duna? Does it like can all of them reach the KSC from Duna, or do I need a specific one? Do we need like one of these high gain antennas? Like if we do this maybe? Hopefully. I really don't know. Also worth noting we only have RCS on this spaceship. Actually, come to think of it, we only have RCS on this spaceship. Maybe we should actually just do some on the top and some on the bottom so that we know we can control it. Like that. Okay. We've got parachutes, we've got a docking port, we've got a spare docking port for them to connect to. We don't need a ladder because it doesn't matter. Our engineer can grab onto the side of the spaceship, or the side of the capsule, when she gets outside to connect the docking port to the other spaceship. We've got monopropellant in here. We do not have monopropellant in this, but that's okay. I think that's everything. I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and save this as USC Duna rescue ship. I guess let's fly. Let's go ahead and hit launch. Oh, actually, are we gonna? I did not check. We're probably not at a Duna transfer window anymore, are we? I mean, we weren't when we launched the first Duna mission, but we are kind of trying to fly a bit more efficiently this time. So, you know what? It doesn't matter. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Let me quickly just. Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, and we are here on the launch pad. Let's go ahead and let's see where Juna is. Because I mean, we're not going to be in a transfer window, does it? Ooh. Yeah. That's a problem. We cannot make it from there. Okay. Well, how do we have debris in orbits like that? USC orbit, wasn't that just went to orbit, right? Unknown object. Overkill. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay, I think we need to wait for a Juna transfer window. So in the meantime, we'll leave Gresby and Habo on the we'll leave Gresby and Habo on the launch pad for now. Let's see what contracts we have, and we might just ignore them and let them time out. Or if we've got any contracts that we can have the spaceship that is currently on Duna do, then we'll do those. Okay, so mission control. Bring Korean sounds down. Come on, rescue T-Bard from the orbit of Kerbin. I guess we could do that. Repair satellite in orbit of Kerbin, we could do that as well. Do a complex scan with a rover arm of a baobab tree. Do a complex scan with a rover arm of olivine formation. New orbital station around Eve. A new orbital station around Eve. That's interesting. Gather surface deployed mystery go observations science from the surface of Midmiss. Rescue Camgun from the surface of the Mun. Test LY. Okay. So, extra large landing gear at Duna. We're not taking landing gear with us. Anyway, so that being said, let's just go ahead and wait for a Kerbin to Duna transfer window, because none of the contracts are actually that crucial, and losing them isn't going to be the end of the world. There is, I think we do have a contract that's active right now that we haven't completed. Yeah. Munstone and Explore Minmus. I don't know how long we have for those, but they're going to have to wait. Set the focus to the sun, and go ahead and wait for a Kerbin to Duna transfer window. Let's go ahead and time warp. No comnet connection to home. Alright. Good thing we put a communications array on our spaceship, because we'll probably need to actually use it. I'm looking for... Oh, do we not have... Can I not access better time warp from this screen? What's this? Oh, this is better time warp. Okay. Hyperwarp. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why did our focus change to dress? Okay. Is that the right angle? No, we need to be a little bit closer. Okay, how's that? That feels about right. Okay, let's change it back to standard warp because we do not need that. Now let's go ahead and launch. We are now in a Kerbin to Duna transfer window. I'm sure many of our contracts have expired, but that's okay. I don't know how many years it's been now that we've had Grasbo and what's her name stuck on the launch pad. Year 3, day 232. Yeah, that's not great. But it is fine. 2,120,383 funds. That's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and fly this spaceship now. Let's go ahead and send the rescue mission off to Duna, because we need... Well... We need to bring our Kerbals home. So... Okay, here we go. Be back in a second. Grasby and Habo, that's her name. Also, we need to go back into the KSC because I did not fix the staging on this rocket, did I? If I'd pressed the staging button, all of the Sepatrons would have fired, and nothing would have happened. Sepatrons are very annoying to work with, staging-wise. but they're also kind of necessary to make sure that the booster's actually clear, so... Back into the VAP. Oh. Okay, yeah, we got all of our... Yeah, that's fine. Back into the VAB. And let's go ahead and fix our staging, so... Oh boy. So many Sepatrons to work with. Let's just make sure that this is all Sepatrons, because we don't need any of the boosters. No, there's definitely boosters in here. Okay, which one of these is boosters? Ah, maybe there's not? Okay, so this is also that. Oh, okay, the boosters are staged properly. Okay, so... Right. These go... Oh my goodness. These go in here. These also go... Oh my goodness. These also go in here. Same with these. These go on the next one. These go on this one. These go on this one. These go on this one. These... Is that... Okay, down there. So these go on... Excuse me? These... Okay. These go... Oh my goodness. These go up here. These... go up here. Okay. These... Oh my goodness. These go here. These... These go here. What? Wait, excuse me? This goes here. Wait, things placed in symmetry can be staged differently? Okay, wait. What is this one? Oh, there, okay. And this is... Okay, this goes to the top one. Good. This is... bottom one. This is the bottom one. Okay, that's all of those, and then these two should both be... Yeah, these two both go to the top. Okay. Oh my goodness. Stop. Will you actually grab it? There we go. Okay. Okay. Staging is fixed. Let's go ahead and save this. Make sure we still have the right Kerbals on board. Grasby and Tabo. That's right. Alright. Do we need an EVA repair kit to move apart? Just to be on the safe side, let's not chance it. There we go. Alright. So now, we should be ready to go. Go ahead and save this as Duna rescue ship. Launch. Okay. Now we are ready to send these to Duna. Green beans. Hello, Nubicus and the Nubania. I hope I said your name right. How's it going? Oof, okay. So we've got science on Duna that's waiting to be transmitted back that we can't send because we don't have a spaceship in orbit. But we're going to put a spaceship in orbit, so let's go ahead and... Let's start by getting this to space. What are the winds like? Crosswind. 4 meters per second. Can it actually... Weather? Oh, toggle weather? No. Okay. Climatology. Ground track. We don't need that. Alright, well the winds are fairly high, but we're just going to chance it, so let's go ahead and... throttle up. Light the main engine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Low Kerbal orbit refueling. No, I don't. Probably be a good idea, but I don't. Oh, these are not running out of fuel as quickly as I'd hoped they would. These ones are. Wait, why are those ones running out of fuel faster than these? These ones should be feeding into the... Wait. That's... These aren't even emptying. Oh, that one is. Wait, hold on. Why are these two not emptying? What in the world? You do plan on getting KSP on Steam? Wait until it goes on sale. They sell... Steam sales are really good. Which DLC do you recommend? I'd recommend Breaking Ground as the first one. I think both DLCs are worth it, but Breaking Ground is a lot more worth it. But also look into mods. Some of the mods can do what they can do. I think some of the mods work off the DLCs, but mods tend to be free. So see if you can get like certain things for free. I don't really know. Let's go ahead and start through bringing the throttle back as we climb above 2. Gonna want the throttle to be around 1. One point 7 is what I usually aim for. There we go. Oops. Very steep gravity turn, but that's okay. We're still not draining fuel in this tank, and I don't know why, but we're gonna have to just accept it, so... Oh, we are flexing hard. Let's just quickly, auto strut. There we go. Oh no. Do the same here. There we go. Alright, that's flame out. Go ahead and separate. Oh boy. That is not the safest, but that's okay. Throttle back up. Okay, I wasted a lot of fuel there because we were just waiting for the engines to throttle back up. Are these draining? Yes. Are these draining? Yes. Okay. Good. That's the main thing. I'm not really sure why they weren't draining, why the other ones weren't draining, but it's fine. The reason you're interested in this game is because of Jaden Williams. I am not sure who that is. Is that a YouTuber? Oh, that's flame out. Alright. Separate the boosters. Those ones go cleanly. There we go. Oh, we only have 0.98 thrust to weight ratio on the main stage? Oh, wait, actually, what's our... Yeah, that's why. So I'm a big YouTuber. Alright. They've been playing KSP lately? It's kind of cool. Always fun when people pick up KSP again. It's Minimus out there. You do plan on buying it sometime? Well, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's a great game. Basically learning off from people that already have KSP. Yeah. It's pretty much how all of us learn, except Scott Manley, who just knows how to play KSP. But if you're new to KSP, highly recommend Scott Manley. Probably the best tutorial series out there. It's not actually how I learned KSP, but it's how I should have done it. Let's go ahead and point prograde. Okay, I don't think we have any roll control with the mainsail. It's alright. See, our time to apex is going down. I'm trying to force it up, but we only have a thrust to weight ratio of 1.34, so there's not much that I can do. So I'm trying my best. Trying my best to push it away from us. I think if we point up, we should be able to do that. Once we get to space, up is a relative term, but away from the planet. Oh, we're getting some heating effects. That was cool. Just see a bit of plasma licking the side of the rocket. There we go. Apex is going away from us now. Now, thrust to weight ratio is also going up because we're burning a lot of the fuel in this stage. So as the fuel burns out, we're obviously getting more powerful, or more powerful relative to the weight. Just maintain this angle of attack. This seems to be working. Ooh, good plasma around the rocket there. We don't need to look at the map. We can see down here where our apoapsis is. That's the main thing that you're checking on the map. We could check the app to see what our trajectory looks like, but it doesn't really matter. Time to apoapsis and the apoapsis height are the only things that really tell you anything, and right now we've got a good apoapsis. Well, we don't actually have a good apoapsis height. It's not in space. I'm hoping that the core stage can put us in space. I think it should be able to with the 17 seconds of burn we have left. And the second stage will then circularize us in space. Yeah, there we go. All right. Apoapsis in space. We're going to keep pointing here. We're going to burn this stage completely out. Just in an attempt to push our apoapsis away as far away from us as possible because we're not in space yet properly. There we go. So our apoapsis is at 96. That's probably going to come down to 94 or less, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and stage because we don't need to be carrying that stage anymore, and we'll do a quick burst with that engine just to get clear of the core stage. Now we'll go to the map screen and we'll go ahead and... Well, actually, we'll wait until we're in space. We don't need the map screen until we're in space because otherwise our apoapsis is going to keep coming down. Doesn't really matter. However, if you wanted to see our trajectory, here you go. We're in a pretty good trajectory right now to get into an orbit. Okay, we do need to turn this on because we are just kind of rotating freely. Oh, that's why we couldn't... Okay. Okay, let's just set prograde. We definitely don't want to be pointing sideways because that's going to generate a lot of drag. Alright, let's use the RCS. I don't know how much monopropellant we have. How much is that using? It's already used 3 units of 120. Alright, it's alright. It's alright. We'll just wait until we're in space. Also, we'll go ahead and disable this. Alright. So now that we're in space, let's go ahead and set a trajectory to circularize. Or a node to circularize. I want to use as little propellant as possible because remember, we're trying to get to Duna here, so... There we go. Okay, monopropellant. Monopropellant situation is fine. We do need it to dock though, so I don't want to use too much. Okay. Is that our stage? Oh, that's Lunar's debris. That's still up here? Did we kill Lunar, by the way? Genuinely, I don't remember. I think he might be dead. I know Jeb, Bill, and Bob are dead. Okay, how much monopropellant am I burning? Oh, we've already used... Alright. You know what? It's fine. Just time warp to the burn. It doesn't matter. Oh, I left... Turn that off. We don't want to be... I can't turn it off in warp. Alright. Okay, turn that off. Yeah. Oops. I always forget to change the camera. Alright. That is an orbit, so let's go ahead and set ourselves a node to eject ourselves from Kerbin. So we want to start burning here, right around where Habo's craft is. Oh, I don't want it as the target, unset target. We want to set add a maneuver. There we go. We want to burn to escape Kerbin. Alright, good. Can we get a Duna encounter straight away? Oop. No. Why not? Is our inclination wrong? No, our inclination's right. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, that's not... Alright, well, we can go ahead and set the node to at least get on a trajectory to reach Duna. So Duna's our target. And will you stop with that? Oh, actually. Ah, so we're actually not on a great... Alright. Good to know. Oops. Alright, I think we're going to have to do a mid-course correction then. Let's go ahead and set this here. Can you use the Mun as a second assist? I don't think we're going to need gravity assist. We could do it, but to be honest, it wouldn't give us that much Delta V. We're just going to need to do a course correction burn once we get there. It's fine. Alright. So let's go ahead and point at... I really wish I'd given us some... I wish I'd given us some solar panels so that this wasn't spending electricity, but it's alright. Our engine has an alternator. It's okay. Beautiful sunrise in orbit here. Probably get a nice sunset as well. Oh, there's Minmus setting. Jewel set. Moho, and there's the sun. And there it goes. There's the Mun setting. Okay. This is a heavy, heavy rocket. What is our battery like? Just look here. We've actually got plenty. Four, three, two, one, and burn. 'Kay, so we'll go to the map screen here once we get to like 100 meters per second remaining, because most of our burn is just leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence. Like I said, we are going to have to do a mid-course correction. We'll deal with that when we get to it. Not super happy about that either, because on our first, like the first time we did this, we actually got an encounter with Duna pretty much straight away, so... Guess we were closer to an encounter than I thought then, and not nearly as close to one as I was hoping now. Can we still see the Mun behind us? No, the Mun has set. We're on our own in space. We're about to be even more on our own in space. Is that... Oh, that's Duna out there. We can actually see it. That's cool. Alright, last couple 100 meters per second. Let's go ahead and have a look at our trajectory. Let's go ahead and cancel our maneuver, because it doesn't really matter anymore. Alright. We'll start with that, and then if we come out here and add a maneuver, can we then get ourselves closer to Duna at all? Kind of nowhere near it. That's not... Well, hang on, if we... Does this get closer? No, it gets farther. Point retrograde? Point retrograde. Now we wait. Oh, wait, actually, hang on, hang on. If it gets closer when we go retrograde... no. I just think we had a really, really bad Duna setup. That's actually kind of awful. Let's... Ooh. Okay. 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 Is that an actual encounter? No. No. No, we don't have a trajectory around it. 200, 100, 80. Okay, okay. Now we have a trajectory around it. This is... Oh, do you know what? We've been being way too cautious. This is a 46 meter per second burn. We can actually do that. Oops. Okay. Okay, why are we losing it? Is this gonna be the kind of... Is it gonna be a case where we end up... It's not on the first approach, is it? Like, is it gonna be a case where we do get an encounter, but it's, like, after a full orbit of the sun? Ugh. Almost certain that's what's happening here. I guess it's an encounter with Ike. Not really looking for an encounter with Ike, though. Okay, hang on. Okay, we'll go with that. It's not the best. Okay. Use Ike to get to Juna? We could do, but we don't need the Ike assist. Alright. Let's go ahead and point at our burn. How much electricity have we used? Thankfully not too much, but it would be good to go ahead and just try to use as little as possible, so... There's Jewel. There's Juna there. That's Moho. We won't... I don't think we'll really need to use gravity assist until we go to the Joel system. To be honest. We're mostly just going to be... Start burn in 356 days, 3 hours. Yeah, our Kerbals are going to be on Juna for a long time waiting for us to come. However, we can go ahead and extend our antenna here. Okay, once we're pointing at the node, Turn off SAS and Time Warp. That keeps us pretty much focused on the node. Be exiting Urban Sphere of Influence pretty soon. That's why we're just dropping so low. I don't know why it drops us like that, but it's alright. Now we wait. Kerbal waiting simulator. Still 200 days to go. Very, very comfortable spaceflight, obviously, in a Gemini capsule. That'll be fun. Oh, we got more science from the wall. That's cool. 220 science points, alright. I'm surprised that we still have this contract, to be honest. I thought one of these two at least would have expired by now. It's a 3-second burn, which is kind of surprising. Skipper's a pretty powerful engine, but I guess... That's 1 second. Oh, there's our mission starting again, so... Alright. Makes sense as well, because this is basically a refueling tanker that we're launching. We're going to put it in orbit of Duna, and then we're going to dock our upper station. So... That's Momo. That's... Is that a planet? That is, that's Sardis. Sardis just perfectly stationary compared to Moho. Because of course Sardis is a lot farther out. Sardis is, it's part of the Outer Planets mod, so if you're wondering how I have that and you don't, it's the Outer Planets mod. Same for Erlem. Eve is part of the base system. We missed our time bomb, but that's okay. Okay, I'm not seeing the trajectory line. That's concerning. There it is. Alright. Okay, where's our encounter? That's our escape. Yeah, that's not on our first orbit, is it? Like, if we time warp... Yeah, that's not on our first orbit. Okay. Can we actually get an encounter? I think we might just need to reset and try a different... That's annoying. And my mouse is not actually obeying me, which is also annoying. Oh, here we go. Okay, we can get close-ish there. And so if we time warp to, like, here, that gets us an encounter. Is that a stable encounter? It looks more stable than the last one. Let's see how stable it actually is. Doesn't feel that stable, though. Yeah, I don't think that's actually a stable encounter. Why can we not get an encounter with Duna? Oh no. Okay, so we're in a place where the tiniest adjustments. Oh. That is absolutely not a more stable encounter. What do we need to do to actually get ourselves to Duna? If we burn a periapsis. No, that's not going to get us to Duna. Okay, I think we're gonna need to. I think we just need to launch at a better window because we didn't. We didn't kind of. All right. Let's go ahead and revert not to vehicle assembly. Is there anything on the rocket that we need to fix? Or can we force a Juna encounter? The thing is, we are here. Juna is here, which means. Well, actually, if we go to the tracking station. Hang on. If we just wait for. This is. We're leaving our Kerbals on Juna for way longer than they need to be if we'd actually done this right. But if we is our focus the sun? Now it is. I don't know where this is where we are. So if we wait for Juna to just kind of go in its orbit, we're okay. Let's give ourselves some better time warp. We'll go with hyperwarp, advanced. What is hyperwarp? Hyperwarp is okay. Standard is 1, 5, 10, 50 to 100,000. Hyperwarp goes to 10 million. Let's just use hyperwarp, and we'll use. I think we'll use 1 million. Okay, wait for one orbit. Okay, that sends us on a trajectory that's sort of near Duna. There we go. All right. Now, go ahead and select this and fly. Is it selected in here? Yes, it is. Fly. Could have closed better time warp, probably. It's all right. We'll go ahead and reset standard warp. We don't need. Okay, yeah, we're good. Actually, what is why? Okay. Charge. That's fine. Go ahead and turn SAS off for now. Go to our periapsis. Out of maneuver. We want to get closer to Duna. Oh my goodness. Stop. We want to get closer to Duna. We nearly had it there, I think. Okay, we've got an encounter. We have an encounter. Can we fix this encounter, though? Give us the maneuver note. Why are you not letting me click on the maneuver note? Okay. Goodness. why can we not? Why do the encounters do this? Okay. So this, in theory, gives us an encounter. It doesn't give us an encounter though. It says we'll encounter it there, but it's wrong. So our current closest approach is miles away. Doesn't seem like this is something that we can force. Despite my best efforts. And that's just magic orbits with it, isn't it? Yeah, that's never gonna get us an encounter. Okay, I think I need to rethink my life choices because for some reason we cannot get an encounter with Duna no matter how hard I try, and I have no idea why. And now we don't even have an encounter with. Okay, I have no idea why this isn't working, but I guess just. Oh, now we can no longer revert either. Yay! Yay for that. Oh, right. Tracking station. Oh, goodness sakes. I mean, the rocket didn't cost too much. We have 2 million credits, so if we have to, we can just return to Kerbin, but give me just 1 sec. Okay, so I don't really know why we're struggling so much, but let's just give it another chance to. Let's give it another orbit. See where we go from there. Maybe we'll be able to get an actual encounter with Duna at some point. I wonder if this pass might actually be our opportunity. Okay. Stop that. I think this will be our chance. So let's go ahead and fly this. And hopefully we can just force a Duna encounter from here, because Duna is kind of in the position that we want it in. I think. This is my best guess. I'm very much struggling. I'm gonna be very, very disappointed if we cannot get to Duna in this mission. We got to Duna last stream just fine, but now we are very much struggling. Anyway, bad maneuver. Can we get to Duna? Looks like no. Looks like we will not be able to force a Duna encounter. Why? Why do we not force a Duna encounter? I'm so confused. Wait, hang on. I think I saw there. Because I'm struggling. I'm very much struggling. What did I just see there? Okay. That looks like somewhere that we should be able to force a bit of an approach at least. 109 meters per second, we have 605 meters. Okay, that's getting farther away. And now it's way farther away. 686. Oh, we have an encounter. Okay. Is it a usable encounter? Periapsis. You know what? We can fix the periapsis later. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves a Duna encounter. Once we have a trajectory that intersects Duna, we're going to use it. That's all we can do. We're so... Also, let's go ahead and set it back to standard warp because I do not trust hyperwarp on the game screen. Super glad that Maneuver decided to close on me, because I don't think I clicked anything that it wasn't to do with it, but it's fine. Alright, time warp. Okay, now we wait. Let's go. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. $200. They've spent so long in this little Gemini capsule. Fortunately, we do have connection to the KSC, so I guess they can talk to them with a bit of delay, but that's fine. It's 23:45 where you are? Wow, why are you up? That's very late. Okay. 4 minutes to the burn. Alright. Focus on Duna. Duna. Okay. Oh shoot, we had it. Can we force it back? Okay, we're fixing this with RCS, which is not great because we don't have much, but we have an encounter. We have a stable encounter. Alright, don't worry about that. We'll fix it later. Okay, we have an encounter. We have an encounter. We're encountering it here? Yes. Okay. Good. Now we can do a mid-course correction. How much mana propellant do we have left? 66 units. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we can fix it with the engine. It's fine. Ooh. Careful. Just remember we're using a very powerful engine. Alright. It's close enough to equatorial, I guess. Actually, we can go ahead and lock that, and if we go to maneuver here, go ahead and give it 1 meter per second per thingy. Alright, we're not looking for a collision course. 56 kilometers is safe, so we will go with that. Can we bring this to a more equatorial position? Yes, we can. Alright. Oh, we've actually got... Thank you. If you need to go to bed, please don't let me keep you up. I'm going to be here for a while. Can we see Nidon from here? No, but we can see Moho. Guess our girls aren't going to get a view of their planet, really. Actually, can we see Kerbin from here? Can we see our home world? Eve... Oh, we can! There's Kerbin. Okay, so the burn is 0.1 second. So we're obviously not going to be using full throttle for this. They've been in space for 4 years, 300, nearly 5 years at this point. I don't actually know how long... How long is a Kerbin year? How many days? If 405 days isn't measured in years, I'm guessing it's a lot longer than an Earth year, but... Well, I said that. It's not longer than an Earth year, it's just their days are 6 hours long. So... Don't really know. Anyway... point at the node. There we go. And time warp. Go all the planets just whirling around. Oh, Nidon's out there. Wow, okay, that's miles away. And Erlem. There's Sarnis. Can we see Duna? Yep, there's Duna there. Drez, which we might go to at some point if I can never be bothered. And to be honest, other than Duna, I actually haven't been to any planets besides, like, Kerbin, so... might be fun to actually go to one. At some point. The outer planets really just don't move, do they? Nidon, Erlem, Sarnis. I mean, obviously, they're just in very, very far out orbits. .6 meter per second burn. It's almost more worth doing with the RCS, but we could just turn the thrust limiter down. Because we have a stable encounter, it doesn't really matter when we start our burn, because we'll be able to fix it regardless. You can see we're approaching Duna now. It's kind of staying in roughly the same place, or at least it's the only planet that's really getting closer to us. $10 days left, 5 days left. 3 minutes to our burn. We can probably burn here, though. If we just tap shift. Oops. There we go. Alright, now how much delta V will it take to circularize? More than we have? Yeah, a little bit more than we have. But that is actually okay, because we do have an entire another stage. So, it takes 791 meters per second to circularize into a 102 by... Can we get into a proper orbit? 75 by 73? Okay, to circularize there takes 800 meters per second. Yeah, all right, we're keeping the lower stage attached. But we are actually now on our way to Duna. We've got the encounter, and I'm going to be really annoying because I don't think I'll have time to actually launch the surface spaceship. But you know what? It's all right. We'll be fine. Because this spaceship has a communications array as well, it might actually be worth just leaving it on orbit for a while. Basically so that the surface science can then communicate with the spaceship in orbit, and then the spaceship can transmit the data that it receives back to the KSC. Just because we don't have any like actual comms satellites or anything. Okay, time warp. Should get to Duna here shortly. You can see Ike apparently, there's Duna. $90 days. 80 days. 70 days. 60 days. 50 days. We're getting there. It's gonna take a while, but it's alright. It's not like our Kerbals were doing anything else. Okay, have our contracts expired? How have these not expired? I don't know why there's notes there. Oh. Okay, we've entered Juna's sphere of influence. Or we are entering June's sphere of influence. Time warp's slowing down. What does our electricity usage look? All right, now we're entering Duna's sphere of influence. Electricity, yeah, we don't have much. Well, we've got 145 units, so it's fine. There we go. All right, start burn in 1 minute. That is fine. Go ahead and lock retrograde. And unlock stability assist. And time warp. Alright, we're going to circularize around Duna. Are we getting lightning flashes on Duna? Okay, I need to do some research. Does that happen on Mars? Do you get lightning flashes on Mars? It's really interesting if so. There's Sarnus coming up over the Duna horizon. Oh. Why did the camera change back to auto? We are currently in an orbit. It's not a very good orbit though, which is why we're using this stage to actually fix it. Ideally, we'd like to be in a roughly 75-kilometer orbit. It's not going to be perfect, but we'll aim for as close as we can. You can see the Aurora Borealis. That's cool. Okay, you know what? Just to save us a bit of a headache, I'm just going to go ahead and set another quick maneuver to fix our orbit finally, because I think we're kind of wasting Delta V because we had a... Okay. Yeah, I think we're just kind of wasting Delta V because we had a more powerful engine before, and the game hadn't really accounted for... KSP treats burns as if they're instantaneous, so it uses the same engine for the entire calculation, I think. And that's not usually a huge problem, but it's not great either. Yeah, see, we saved, 8 meters per second, but it's still fuel, so... And I think it takes 960 meters per second to get back to Kerbin, if I remember right. So we have the fuel in this for a transfer, and we should have enough to actually refuel the spaceship on the surface as well, because they should have some excess Delta V once it actually gets back to space. Because it can actually get to orbit. There we go. Not a perfect orbit, but it's about as close as I care to get it. And now we can just leave these guys. And yeah, if we go ahead and roll them like so, we should be able to see, I think. Can we see the surface of Duna? No. All right, well, that's fine. So yeah, we'll leave these girls in orbit, and if we go to, excuse me, if we go to the surface, can they communicate? Oh, it looks like maybe not actually. No, that's okay. Let's go ahead and can we find a... Oh, we can switch to the experiment control station. We will leave them on the surface of Duna for a little while still. Because they've still got the science that they're running. We'll go ahead and, you know what, I'll be right back actually. But we'll leave them on Duna for a short while. And yeah, I'm not actually going to be able to get the proper rescue in this mission, in this stream. I am so sorry about that. But we've got the rescue ship in orbit, so they will be able to get home. They'll be fine. It's just, yeah, it'll be a little while. I guess we have to use the brackets. Panel valve on Jupiter. There we go. Alright. I don't know why she's the one that I wanted to hold, but she was the one that I wanted to hold to, so. Here is... It's a pretty good shot. Okay, so yeah, I will be back with you in just a sec. I'll leave you with this shot for now, and then we'll get a nice Duna sunrise, and then that's when we're gonna end the stream. But for now, I'll be right back. Actually, tell you guys what. I've been saying this is where I'm going to leave it, or well, we'll get the Jim sunrise definitely. But actually, Oh, there's a dust storm happening. Should we put our Kerbals on the spaceship? So anyway, let's go ahead and let's have Gurney light up the flag. Get one last picture of it. How's that? There we go. I like that. Then if we get a shot kind of like this. There we go. That's pretty good, right? I think that's pretty good. How's that look? I like it. Alright, then yeah, we'll have the Kerbals get back onto the spaceship. If I just... Okay, I have no idea how to reset the camera. Oh yeah, I did forget that she's not wearing... None of the Kerbals are wearing their EVA packs because... Oh, actually, I think Valentina is. She's just a pilot, but just a pilot. In other words, Valentina is the single most important Kerbal on this mission, but, you know, it's fine. Anyway, yep, dust storm happening, so let's get our Kerbals back onto the spaceship. And then, I am actually going to, I'll launch it into orbit, and we'll rendezvous and maybe dock, but we're not going to do anything besides that. Dust storm passed very close over us, though. I didn't even know that happened with this mod, because I don't have volumetric clouds, I just have the environmental visual enhancements clouds, the particle-based ones. Surprisingly quite good. Can you reach this ladder? Oh, you actually can, just don't see it. Alright. Try that again. Alright. Hopefully she can make this transition onto the side ladders. They've done this before, and now she's choosing not to. Okay, can you loose reach into one of these to get... Yes, you can. As long as you can wear your EVA pack, doesn't really matter. Kerbal EVA packs are incredibly powerful, so even why Kerbals just right next to nothing, so even on Duna where pretty high, you can just fly. Alright. Go ahead and go up. Also, let's go ahead and put your parachute on, because there's no reason for you not to wear it. You are our engineer, so there's nothing really for you to do here. Go ahead and get on board. Sit here. Gwendolyn, you are our scientist, so there is actually some stuff for you to be doing here. Okay, that is enabled. This is enable part. Don't know why it was disabled. This enable part. There we go. Okay. And this is also enabled. Alright. Total power available 10, power units reduced 0, power units required 1. Total power available is 10, total power units 0. So they should be good. Compass hop distance not taken into account. Well, they should be able to communicate though. Oh, also, while you're on the surface, you are not going to need to plant a flag, but go ahead and take a surface sample. There appears to be water in the soil. Excellent. Why do we not get this last bit? I'm very confused about that. Anyway, yes, take the surface sample. We've already taken the EVA report, so let's go ahead and get you back onto the spaceship. And then finally we'll get Val back onto the spaceship. There are also a few more science experiments that we need to do on the ascent. I think that mostly consists of crew report. Oh, speaking of, yes, Gwenel also has to take the data from the science studio and from the history that we run, and as well as from the attachment. So actually, Gwenel, why don't you board last? We'll go ahead and have Val get on first. Val's actually also wearing her EVA pack already, so she's going to be a bit less annoying. Gwenel's going to have to get her EVA pack, equip it, and then board. Alright. Valentina, go ahead and take the jetpack out. Jump. I was under the impression that you could actually fly on Duna, but apparently not. So we just need to be a bit more careful about this then. So, jump. Grab. Alright. That's all we need. And now we can put Val on board, and then Gwenel last. Alright, board the spaceship. You're obviously taking the middle seat because you're the pilot. There we go. You can't see much as the pilot, can you? The windows are very much negative for this. Alright. Anyway, now we can get Gwenel on board, but first, she has things to actually be doing. So, first things first, go ahead and Alright, I don't actually know where her. Oh, get back up. Here we go. Well, let's see if she can climb the ladder. Sometimes it's kind of it's iffy with the Kerbals. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. Let's give her a chance. Get on, and then go up. And okay. You don't need a parachute. Well, geez. Where is your EVA pack? Oh, did you put it in the station? Oops. Oh, she did. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Now, like I said, she does actually have some things to be doing, so first things first. Okay, we can't actually get to that, so that's good. Well, we can access this at least, so we'll go ahead and collect the data. Yep, and restore. We can go ahead and take the data from here as well. I don't know if I trust getting her off and having her walk around, so we might actually wait until we get to space. So we're not going to get some of the currents we're not going to be able to get from the upper atmosphere, which is unfortunate. Anyway, go ahead and board. data, so we don't have to do that. Extend boom. I think we've already run this, so we're not going to do it again. In fact, I'm pretty sure this actually can't run in Atmosphere, can it? So. Also, we actually don't want that extended while we're lifting off, so let's go ahead and retract it. Did we run an atmosphere analysis? Yes, we did. Did we run a seismometer? Yes, we did. Pressure? Yes, we did. Thermometer? Did we run the other thermometer? Yes. Alright. When we get to Duna's upper atmosphere, which I think is 30 kilometers, we can take a crew report, and we can do a lot of the other things as well. So, we have our Kerbals on the spaceship now. And actually, we're still going to keep waiting. So we've got our experiment set up on the surface. Wait for sunrise. There's Jewel. I think there's going to be a nice angle to get sunrise from. There's Eve rising over the horizon as well. I think I just saw it. Did I just see our spaceship pass overhead? I think I just saw it in orbit. So it's orbiting at 73 kilometers, so from the surface we will be able to see it. This is quite a dust storm, to be honest. It's been going on for a while. Obviously, dust storms on Mars, and I'm assuming also Duna, are not that dangerous, but... Oh, you can see the sky turning blue as the sun comes up. Gonna get some screenshots here because it looks pretty. Oh. The sky's now black. Fortunately. There go Jewel and Eve. Yep, that was our spaceship. You can see it pass by Eve there. That's what we're going to be docking with. What planet is this? Moho? I wonder if we'll see Kerbin rise. What do you think is going to happen first, Kerbin rise or sunrise? Probably sunrise based on the colors here. Wild dust storm. Okay. See the lens flare from the sun? We cannot see the sun yet, which means there it is. Look at that. Alright. So, got a screenshot of that, which is good. We're going to go ahead and set Duna Rescue Ship as our target, and we'll launch when it's nearly directly overhead. So let's go ahead and time warp a little bit. Oh, it's in a retrograde orbit. Ah. Okay, that's actually a bit of a problem. Cannot deploy part as it is not on the surface of a planet. Which part can't we deploy? matter, I guess, but which part are we not getting use out of? Anyway, let's go ahead and track to the ladder. We're going to need to fly along the 270-degree vector because that's retrograde, so there we go. We have 1,573 meters per second. I don't know why our parachutes are... Oh, right, yes. Gurney, go ahead and get back outside, and you are going to repack the parachutes. Forgot we used those for our landing here. Alright, there's Val. Go ahead and get into your seat. There we go. Oh, that was Ike. That was... Wait, that's actually a great view of Ike. Hang on. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, anyway. Like I said, we're flying along 270-degree vector this way. So that's... We need to press D. I think that's right. This... We need to be flying towards the sun. Is D gonna take us towards the sun? Yeah, I think so. Well... Is it considered the front of the spaceship? I genuinely don't know. Oh, see, I think if we lift off here, we need to turn that way. But I think that's A. Well, let's just find out. Okay, what is our thrust weight ratio? Insane, so let's just go with a little bit. Yep, I was right. Let's go ahead and start choosing. Good. Alright, we are climbing off the surface of Duna. The girls are on the way home. And I was actually wrong. We actually do need to go the other way, so good job. We checked it out before we got too much speed. Go ahead and change that. Okay. Thrust weight ratio, we do not need to be that high. Bring that down basically all the way. Excellent, keep that. I said we could make orbit, and I'm really, really hoping that is the case because we are actually in kind of a bad place right now. We only have 600 meters per second to spare. Okay, we still have a lot of drag though. Like, our apoapsis is in space, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get to space before... Because this is obviously orbiting this way. We killed a lot of our... There's the sonic boom. Not very good. We have to be able to make orbit. In fact, actually, oh, we can't even revert. Shit. Um, I'm not happy about this. I think 50 kilometers of space. Yeah. Okay. Put us into orbit. Please, 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 please. We've got to be able to make orbit. If we can't make orbit, then we're screwed. We can't make orbit. We we can't make orbit. We can't make orbit. Oh my god. We can't make orbit. We're gonna lose these guys. No. No. We've got to be able to make orbit. I wonder if we hang on, hang on. If we point prograde, point prograde. Okay. Have our scientists go EVA. You're wearing your yes you are? No, 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 no. Okay. That didn't work as well as I hoped. Thing is, we actually don't have a choice here. We have to get into orbit. If we can't get into orbit, then we're screwed. Push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Wait, what? Fix it, fix it, fix it. Okay, board. Okay. You know, actually, if we switch to... We're gonna have to be very, very, very quick here, but I think if we can force an encounter, like, straight away... we might be able to push it into orbit. The problem is this one does not have... Like, this one is just intended to get us to space, really, so we don't have much in the way of... Okay. No, not switch... Oh, no, 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 no. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, we'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it. It's fine. It's fine. Can we actually... No, we can't. Okay, switch to... Like I said, we're in a bad position. We're in a very bad position. But there's not much we can do about it. We'll try this. Hopefully it works. Okay, now this time set as target. Good. Add maneuver. We just need to force an encounter immediately. Nope, it's got to be right there. No, we can't. No, because we don't have the luxury of waiting for it. That's not something that we can do. So we have to force the encounter here. Or if we can force the encounter on the other side of the planet, if we can get an encounter here, that also works, but we're going to have to get that encounter. Oh my god. No, stop. Give me... No. Give me the freaking maneuver. Why is it not... Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. Break. Cannot make... Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, well, hang on. If we add a maneuver here... Okay. No, it's gotta be... It has to be that one. Okay, what's the intersect there? 10.5 kilometers. Can we get it closer? 10.4, 10.3, 10.2, 10.1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.8. No. Okay. 3 point. No, 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 no. 3.2. No, 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 no. We have to get this. We cannot mess this up. 3 kilometers. 2, no, 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 we can get 2.9, 2.9. 2.9, good. We don't have the luxury to wait any longer than this. Ideally, if we can get a 0 kilometer separation, that's what we need. 1.4, 1.1, 1.0, no, 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 no. 0.8, okay. 7.6. No, 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 no. 0.4. Yeah. 2. I saw 1. 2. 1. Can we get 0? No. 3. 1. 3. Broke. 3. Okay, we're gonna have to go with that. That's okay. That's okay. We can work with that. We can work with that. It's gonna be a 1 minute burn because this is actually insane what we're doing here. 150 meters per second. To be honest, because we're using a Terrier, it's not that expensive of a burn, which is good. Okay. 30, 20, 10, 2, 1, 0. Like, this, to be clear, this is insane what we're trying to do right now, but we have to, because we've got to push that spaceship into orbit. Oh, hello, Don. I'm sorry, I missed your messages. Was I quiet? My audio, I'm afraid I just need to get a new headset, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, we are currently in the process of trying to rescue Kerbals from Duna, and kind of failing, but we're doing our best. So this is the Kerbals that we're trying to rescue. They are not actually in orbit. Their periapsis is 2.7 kilometers. We need to run to with them and push them into orbit, which isn't the best, but it's something we're gonna have to try to do because otherwise we've lost 3 of our best Kerbals. So we're not in a great position right now. Use this. 8, 7, 6. You can't hear, it's kind of like crackling. Oh, it's doing that again. Alright, well thank you for letting me know. Hopefully when the engines shut off you'll be able to hear me better. Oh no. Didn't work. Okay. That's alright, we'll take it, we'll take it. We're gonna have to warp, which isn't great. It's really not great, but we're gonna have to. Okay, our target is there. Point retrograde relative to it. Okay, how do I sound now, by the way? Okay. A little better. Okay. Relay station. Yeah, KSP isn't the easiest game. It's a lot of fun though. Trying not to use one of we don't have much left because we kind of used a lot of it trying to get to Judah. We used a lot of it to fix our mission approach. So we're trying not to use too much on the teleport here. I mean, this is what it's for, is for the docking, but... Okay. We need to now... Okay. Which way are we facing? We hold S. We go... Roll that way. Stop. Roll that way. Stop. Okay, we need to point at our target. You'll notice, of course, that we do not have the ability to just hold target. Sound fine now? Yeah, I think it is just the, No, we need to check our closest approach, by the way. Not our second one. And we cannot use that one. We have to encounter it basically here. So actually we're going to have to do kind of a dumb thing here, but it's the only option we have, so... Okay. Point retrograde. Notice we are descending, so we are literally on a clock now. Duna's atmosphere starts at 50 kilometers, so we do have some time, but this is not good. This is... Oh, I don't like using time warp, because again, we're on a clock. Okay. Engineer, get outside. Building mode, building mode, building mode, building mode, building mode. Take this. Can we please put it... We can't reach it? We can't reach it. No. No. We can't reach it. Okay. Put it there. Okay. Get out of construction mode. Get back inside. Okay. So we're going to have to now... Okay. Trying our best. Alright. Once again, EDA. Construction mode. Okay. You can reach the spaceship now. Put it on. Alright, good. Board. Good. Okay. Target this. Oh, you're short on monopropellant, but we're going to have to just go with it. Okay, actually, if we switch to the other spaceship, what can you guys do? Okay, first off, target this. Point at the docking port. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. Switch back. Point at the docking port. Switch back to this one. Point to the docking port. Because we can't hold target, we're really struggling here. No, 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 no. Okay, 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 okay. Dock, 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 dock. Dock, dock, please. Dock. No, no, yes, 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 yes. Docking require force, yes. Switch to the other one. We docked? We docked. Okay. Point prograde. Okay, we're still at hundreds. Still 100 kilometers up. We're going to also have to... Okay, so first off, shut down this engine, because we're not using it. We are controlling from here, right? And control from here, just make sure. Yeah, we are. Good. We need to point up. We've got to put ourselves into orbit, because this is not safe. That's absolutely not working. Okay, well, if we go here, outmaneuver. Just trying to get a decent orbit, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Yes, we do want to be pointing normal, so that's all I wanted to verify. Probably maybe even a tiny bit retrograde. Probably not retrograde. Let's not do retrograde. Okay. $48, $49. Come on. I love how I said normal when I meant radial out. But you know what I mean. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. We are now in orbit. So now what we can do... So we can just transfer some of this. Oh, we fully emptied one of our tanks. Okay, stop and stop. I think we're good now. Well, hang on. So we've got 2 kilometers per second in here. If we now shut down this engine and activate the skipper, we have still 2 kilometers per second. Okay. We can go back to Kerbin. That's all we really needed. However, can each spaceship individually go back to Kerbin? Let's quickly undock with the intent of redocking soon. We can't undock this one. Undock. This one has 2,941 meters per second. This one has the same? Why will they not dock anymore? Hello? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, they can individually get back to Kerbin anyway, but I wanted to leave them docked. Also, wait, hang on. Activate engine. Yeah, it's got 2,900 meters per second. All right. All right. Well, that was on me. All right. Well, now we're out of fuel, so I guess we're not docking again. All right, well, anyway, we now have two spaceships to return to Kerbin. One of them has 2,968 meters per second of delta V. The other one has exactly the same somehow. Shut down engine, activate engine. 1,500 meters per second of delta V. There we go. That's more like it. Both individually do have enough to return to Kerbin. That's all we really wanted, so we are actually good. I am going to quickly send our scientist over to the other spaceship. Activate your thingy, come over to here, because you need to pick something up, because I forgot that I put it on this spaceship. Okay, grab. And we're going to take not the repair kit, we're going to take the EVA experiments from the spaceship. There we go. And we're going to send her back to her own spaceship. But not before she does some EVA science. Whee! Spinning the wing nut. That's fun. If you watch it, it flips. This is a real phenomenon, by the way. Watching the astronaut look through the EVA science kit has given us conclusive evidence that the new situation has not improved their creativity. Spinning this flange in space has led to an interesting and unexpected effect. It flips orientation over and over without any other forces acting on it. More surprising is that our spacecraft seems to still be operating nominally without this missing part. While missing this part. I cannot read for some reason. Anyway, let's go ahead and put her back on her spaceship. We were supposed to run the Science Junior again in space, but it's okay. Alright. And let's go ahead and board the spaceship. Not in space, in the upper atmosphere. Alright. So now we've got 2 spaceships ready to return home. I think that's debris out there, or a star. That might actually just be a star. There's Ike, Jewel, Eve. I don't know what the Kerbin to, or the Duna to Kerbin transfer window is. We don't need this anymore. What is our closest approach, though? 3.8 kilometers. Anyway. We're good, so... Tell you what. Having our Kerbals in orbit, safely, back in space, above the planet, this is actually where I'm going to leave it. Both spaceships have the necessary Delta V to return to Kerbin, so we are good. So I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. I stream every Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Daily Time. And yeah, that is the end of this one. So thank you so much for sticking with me. And yeah, oh, also, I try to release a video most weeks. There's probably not going to be one this next week, but never say never. Flying space shuttles in KSP and building a space station in low Kerbin orbit. So if that sounds like something that you enjoy, by all means, come join me for those. But that is the end of this stream, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you all here. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.